Interior designing. It is the reason your rooms look the way they do. It is the reason why my couch is still a big mess. Without interior designers, we'd probably be living in a fucking empty space with nothing in it. Why do I say this? It's because there's this account on Instagram lately that's kind of been blowing up and I can't stop seeing it every single time I go on. It is called Vision of Luxury 08 and their entire niche is just creating these interior designs for small ass apartments, and almost all of them are so fucking goofy for no reason. So here's one that I saved not too long ago. Little Johnny, whatever the fuck his name was, is playing too much Fortnite, so the mom caged him up. Little Tommy got caged, put locks on the door to try to prevent his parents from coming in, and I guess his dad, juggernaut that he is, just knocked it down. What does this have to do with interior design, you ask? Don't ask. That's the whole point. For one, he's still somehow playing through the cell, so I mean, hey, that man is dedicated. And two, his mom came in with a comically large spoon and just started beating his ass until they went to heaven.
And place a soft mattress on top. Create an opening in the center using a big hammer to enhance the room.
Create an opening with fucking Thor's hammer, because you have that lying around, don't you?
Ensure the space above the steps is 1.8 meters high, allowing the little grandson to move around freely without any risk of hitting his head.
Move around freely without any risk of hitting his head as he just walks through the fucking door like Harry Potter.
An easy study area for the little grandson. Above, install a bookcase reaching the ceiling for storing study materials, ensuring everything is within reach.
What do you mean everything is within reach? Hold on, like, can we go back a little bit? Little Timmy over here, I would say he's about 5'4", give it or take. The fucking book storages are all the way up here. There's no fucking way he's reaching it unless he gets on the bed and fucking leaps over it. Well, that's pretty much that video. As you can see, they just add lore to interior designing. It also took me a minute to realize that this was not the account I was going to talk about. This was actually a different account. So I can see his influence has gone pretty far into the world. But the main account I did want to talk about is this one, because I'm pretty sure they are the ones that popularized it, or at least they're the ones that I keep seeing on my For You page. Here's this one, 3.3 million views, by the way.
David has a single room. After 10 years, he happily married a beautiful wife, but his wife gave birth to 8 boys in a row. Frustrated by the lack of a daughter, David fainted.
Someone in the comments just said David should use protection next time. Yeah, you should also not walk into the room while your fucking wife is on your shoulders. See, if this was real life, he would have just fucking knocked his wife down and killed her. I didn't even realize he just said frustrated by the lack of a daughter. 8 sons was too much.
Luckily, his 8 sons found 2 daughters to bring home. However,
I really don't know if I'm watching interior design anymore. You guys can't see on the camera, but I am tearing up. That was powerful.
9 simple wooden beds from bricks found at the construction site. Heartbroken, he cried on the bed. Eventually, unable to bear it.
See, this is what I love about this account especially. Forget the fact that the beds look like they're made out of stone. They're always covering the door. So how do you expect these kids to get inside? You gotta hope that door opens from the outside, not the end.
With drawers at the foot for their clothes and socks, they made 2 wardrobes as bedside cabinets, with a hanging area above and a socket below for charging phones.
Do you see the problem with this? Even though there is technically a little space, one day one of the boys or girls is gonna wake up and just fucking slam their head on their little fucking wardrobe.
Each child had their own study desk with a computer for easy learning and storage when not in use.
Do you realize how hard this guy is making it to just get into your bed? Look at the tiny little space that they have to get through. If any of the boys just eats one too many fucking Big Macs, it's over. They're not going to sleep anytime soon. They'll just sleep on the floor here, the fucking empty space. Bro made a modern concentration camp designed for the Jesus. This one has 1.1 million views. Let's see what that one's like.
Despite the initial disappointment of purchasing a tiny space barely 3 square meters, David worked tirelessly to make it a comfortable home. First, he cleverly concealed a water tank within the wall, maximizing space.
If he can so easily just dig into the wall like that to install a fucking toilet, why doesn't he just make the room bigger? Well, I don't really know how much bigger it would have been, but I'm just saying.
Aluminum wood panels were added. Next, he equipped the kitchenette with a double induction cooker.
So this is the fucking channel's, biggest shtick here. Having your kitchen right above your shitter. Imagine taking a shit, but also cooking your shit. That's the beauty of it. Ignore the fact that the box thing here doesn't allow for you to actually take a shit, maybe piss, unless you're too tall, which you have to just crouch down for.
Provided storage for spices and toiletries. On the right side, a wall-mounted shower ensured bathing convenience, while a corner sink made dishwashing and food prep effortless.
Do you see the problem with this? There is a shower head practically over your stovetop. Actually, wait, I'm completely wrong. This is actually ingenious. You can take a shower while also cooking. If the water water gets onto your food, so what? That just adds flavor. If the water fucks up the heat from your stovetop, who cares? Just use hot water. If the oils from your hair or body accidentally enter the food, who cares? That's just flavor. If any of your hair enters the food, well, it's fine. If you eat McDonald's, you're pretty much already eating hair food, okay?
Steel frame with aluminum wood paneling completed the structure, topped with a soft mattress for ultimate comfort. Additionally, a hidden electric lift installed at the foot.
I love the idea that this one man, this is a single apartment here, he has 9 or 6 fucking iPhones.
Partition with embedded rope mesh ensured safety. Above, a spacious wardrobe stored everyday clothes. Customized padded seating doubled as a workstation.
Well, how does he get in? Depending on which side the door opens, it's gonna be blocked by the table. Trust me, it happens a lot with my room.
At the end, look at this perfect tiny bedroom.
Look at this perfect tiny bedroom as David walks out into the fucking air. And I'm glad to see David has done a lot of character development. He went from a tiny little apartment to having a whole house with like 9-10 kids. This one has 4.2 million views. Oh, okay.
In this small-sized bedroom, David knelt down and insisted on buying the place. Unable to resist, David swiftly sealed the deal with a hefty down payment.
So it looks like David got himself a new wife. Oh, well, this is I guess this is his ex-wife. And I guess she brought out the money from fucking God. God paid for her down payment.
Then, he immediately began renovations, framing the walls with galvanized square steel and covered it with solid wood panels.
I already love that. Instantly, not even like 10 seconds in, he's already covering the door. You can't even make the argument this time that he can still get in if it slides. Look at this shit. It's just straight up covering it. You'd have to crouch down every time you try walking in.
He installed a wardrobe for daily clothes. A soft mattress completed the comfortable bed, while a tea table with adjustable legs ensured it didn't obstruct the wardrobe.
Ah yes, let's not obstruct the wardrobe. We need to get our clothes. The door? Who gives a shit? We can just go leave through the window.
Eventually, he planned to install a staircase for easy access and a toilet and a large bathtub on the lower level, along with a cabinet for cooking and washing up.
At the very least, this time the kitchen is not right above the shitter. At least you'll actually be able to take a shit this time.
Along the wall, a shoe cabinet is installed. Beneath, a drawer stores all undergarments. At the end, look at this perfect small-sized bedroom.
Look at this perfect small-sized bedroom that doesn't have a shower, that you have to crouch to get into. Fucking David's head was chopped off, I guess. That's how he was able to get in. And with the shitter not being protected by anything, every time you do take a shit, it's going to stink up the entire apartment. Better hope to God you don't forget to fucking flush the toilet. Crystal over here is making a good point. I love how they put in a shoe cabinet and an actual refrigerator to store food. Listen, who wants food? Can you resell food for triple the price one day on StockX? See, right now, I'm not even wearing shoes. I'm wearing sandals. That's just how... Wait, fuck, I didn't even realize I was making the wrong point. I'm really curious as to see what their first video was. Let's see here.
This bedroom is small with a bed and wardrobe and leaving little space to move around. Mischievous kids end up damaging the bed and leading to frustration.
Forget damaging the bed. Jesus Christ, you need to sign up your kid for gymnastics. What was that? Bro could be Spider-Man.
So the angry mom kicks the kid out with the husband.
I was not expecting that. Kicks the kid straight into the wall. I guess Spider-Man found his enemy. So we can see his first video was honestly pretty normal, except for the mom kicking him straight onto the wall. But I mean, hey, everyone's got to start somewhere. You know, I started with Amok Runner speedruns, and look at where I am now, making reaction videos because my last video got claimed. Okay, let's check out their latest one, the one that just came out.
The couple spent a decade scrimping and saving to buy a coffin-sized apartment in New York. They struggled to fit even a regular bed.
They struggled to fit a regular bed. It literally fit, and they squeezed it down for no reason.
There's tiles, marble countertops, and a built-in sink. They installed a wall-mounted toilet tank. David found joy in the chaos of their small home.
That's beautiful. It's beautiful. He can take his shit and also brush his teeth at the same time. So fucking dumb, dude.
Opposite the sofa and cabinets stored their clothes. On the top shelf, there are books for studying. Opening the middle shelf reveals workstation, where they can enjoy meals effortlessly.
What happened in between the beginning and now? Why did David and his wife come back in prison jumpsuits? Looks like he might have just killed his ex-wife. I just realized this is a new woman. What happened? This one was honestly a lot more normal. It seems like he went from just the pure fucking pandemonium to actual interior designing. But then again, you also have to realize that none of it is practical. By technicality, it might be possible, but that doesn't mean it's practical. I don't think anyone wants to live in an apartment this small, but then again, like, you go to New York, man, this is basically what you get for 100,000. So what I want to do now is actually look at the clone. The one I just saw earlier was a clone, so I'm gonna like go through their account to see if maybe they have some bangers too. Oh wow, they reused David. Is this like a fucking free Unity asset model?
Little John has been eating steamed buns since birth and managed to save enough to buy a tiny house in New York.
Oh, okay, so I get the lore now. So one of David's 8 kids grew up and started his own channel, interior designing. I love the idea that he ate a lot of steam buns and somehow made a fuck ton of money from it. I guess he was a fucking mukbang YouTuber. Like, there's no other way. Holy shit, this guy's got a whole fucking paragraph here. I think his entire paragraph is also written by AI. Like, I do understand most of these videos are made with AI. At the very least, the voiceover is. All I'm hoping is that the actual designs aren't created by AI as well. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they were, but I hope not. I hope a human did this himself.
Firstly, build a large wardrobe against the wall. Above, store seasonal quilts, and below, leave a large space for clothes. Next to it, incorporate a suspended desk with drawers beneath for storing large underwear and pantyhose.
Little John, was that supposed to be his like mom's underwear or fucking porn mags? What the fuck was he storing in there? It's gonna make me cry how beautiful it is.
Embed a hidden water tank in the wall and install a wall-mounted toilet, perfectly sized for Little John and offering a luxurious experience. Cover the outside with a wrapped aluminum board to control odors and make it waterproof, easily opened for use. On the countertop, place an induction cooker for preparing
I knew
meals.
It was coming. The classic kitchen shitter. So at least this one makes a little more sense. If you want to take a shit, you take the stove off and then open up the box so you don't have to fucking squat down. But it's still stupid.
Above, install a mirror cabinet with compartments for condiments and toiletries.
How are you gonna open the box now completely? It's gonna be blocked off by this thing. I guess you won't like have to fully squat it, but you'll still be taking a shit like this.
Add a wall-mounted shower head, large enough for a comfortable bathing experience without worries. Then, construct a bed frame from galvanized square steel.
I do love that there's like nothing protecting the bed from the water that's gonna be shot out in the shower head. And also like, the door's already being covered, but thankfully Little John is so short he can still make it in. Hey, Little John doesn't give a shit either. He can just walk on air. Someone actually asked a really good question here. Is a coffin-sized room a real thing? And now I'm actually curious myself. I look up coffin-sized room. What do we get here? There's clearly more space there, but he doesn't use it for some reason. Oh, well, I guess they do exist, but this looks like a fucking prison. There's no fucking way this is an apartment, right? This is in Malaysia. Okay, so what is 300 RM to USD? $62 a month. I mean, hey, that's pretty good. You get that shit in California, you'd be living in a doghouse, but I could live here. Especially with the designs of homey designs and vision of luxury, I could turn this small little space into a luxurious apartment. We might need to install a new door just so I can get in, but I'll be able to do it. This one has almost 2 million views. Let me see.
If you can't afford the house, be bold and live in the coffin room.
Hey, he's not wrong. If you can't afford a house, just buy a coffin.
Little John spent 10 years moving bricks to save money. Now, he's let his wife use all this money to buy a house, but it's so small it can't even fit a coffin.
John, you need to fucking fire your wife. You spent 10 years moving 30 tons of bricks and she bought this? Why did she open up a chest like it was a football game ad? What the fuck even happened?
Firstly, install a hydraulic bed frame made of strong galvanized steel, covered with environmentally friendly solid wood veneers. It features a one-touch oil pump for easy adjustment of the bed's height, good for 10,000 years.
Good for 10,000 years. Did you hear that? Good for 10,000 years. I guess little fucking John's descendants for the next 100 years are gonna be able to use this room beautifully. Is this room gonna stay standing for 10,000 years? Probably not. An earthquake is gonna come in and just fucking knock it all down like Jenga tower.
And replacing traditional bedside tables. Add a soft cushion for comfort and install a ladder for easy access, ensuring Little John doesn't bump his head.
Ensuring Little John doesn't bump his head as his head goes through the fucking ceiling.
To enjoy short movies at home, install a toilet at the entrance, which Little John can intuitively know about even without seeing it directly.
Why the fuck did he have to mention that? Install a toilet right in front of his bed so he can hear his wife shit, but he doesn't have to actually see it.
Enclose it with waterproof aluminum boards that block odors and are easy to open when needed. Add an induction cooker to transform it into a mini kitchen. Hang condiments and tableware on the wall.
But again, like, I can understand you can maybe lift the fucking tabletop over here, but you're adding something at the top that's gonna like block its movement, I guess, kind of. I don't fucking know, man. Why do you keep putting the stovetop on top of the fucking shitter? Just let him shit in peace. What was this guy's first video? I gotta wonder. 1.3 million views on the first video? Okay.
This room is 2.8 by 2.1 meters, big enough for just one coffin. Being clever, I decided to act like this.
First of all, big enough for one coffin, you could have had 2 more right next to it. And second, brought a fucking, what was that, a bulldozer or a forklift straight through? I really don't know the fucking terms, so please, God, don't fucking come. That's actually a fucking excavator. I actually don't know, I'm sorry.
By 3 centimeters to create a dip lined with mosaic tiles. Spend $200 on a squat toilet from PCC and make sure to close the lid to avoid mishap.
I love this one. Instead of putting your shitter under your kitchen, you get to squat for your shit. Like, not even like squat as in like bend over, squat as in literally squat down to take a shit. I'm from Peru, okay? We sometimes go back every now and then. Countryside, squat toilets almost everywhere. And dear Lord, are they fucking terrible. If anybody watching this video somehow lives with a genuine fucking squat toilet, my God, you are strong. You know what I do when I see one of those? I leave. I don't use it. I didn't even realize this too with the other ones. Where's the toilet paper? This one, clearly he's not putting the toilet paper in the bathroom because they're just gonna get wet every time you take a shower. I didn't even fucking think about that. I guess the only way is you put the toilet paper outside the bathroom, but then you'd have to walk around with your shitty ass just to get the toilet paper and then clean it. Imagine accidentally letting go of the toilet paper and just shit gets all over your floor.
Fit a fridge into any leftover space, making sure no area goes unused. Inside, place base cabinets with a sink on top, an induction stove beside it, and a range hood above. No worries about cooking smells.
Wait, this is actually incredible because this is the first time you actually get a kitchen. It's like just a kitchen in its own room. I guess room is a wrong word to use here, more like its own section. But you actually get one and don't have to shit right into your kitchen. That's actually beautiful. To be honest, this is probably one of the most normal looking rooms. Someone said that the bed is gonna get moldy. I'm not really sure about that, but maybe. I'm not really sure how mold works, I'll be honest. Someone said you don't get to just lower the floor. I didn't even realize he did. All right, let's look at just one more. One more because my lord, I think you get the point.
Little John busted his ass for 3 years to afford this treasure. He was so hyped, yelling out the window to let everyone know. But then he looked around and realized this place was tiny.
I love the idea of people just walking around Central Park over there. They just see a guy like, hey, I bought this shit. You all are poor. They all think he's living in some luxurious apartment. He turns around and it's just this, a fucking coffin.
All he could think about was how to fake it till he made it with this shoebox apartment.
How do you fake it with an apartment like this? No matter what you do to it, people are gonna be like, God damn, you live in a fucking shoebox, man.
Cut out a window in the center and put in glass. He can fit a massive bathtub under that raised bed frame. An open air tub for catching rays and breezes. Come home and soak in a nice hot bath every day. Doors on both ends for ventilation and privacy when wanted.
You're gonna take a fucking bath right under your bed? Well, first of all, Little John's living here alone. I don't know why he needs privacy. But second, if he doesn't open that door, he's gonna be steamed like a fucking broccoli. And then once he does open the door, the whole room is gonna be steamed up. He has to open the window.
Just lower that baby down. Against another wall was a... This is how to design a 3 square meter...
I don't even get to see the whole thing. It just cuts off where he pooped the tub. Oh yeah, I guess we didn't get to see the kitchen shitter yet. This is only like half the video, it looks like. It seems like some people in the comments are actually making really good points, but you have to also realize it's a satire. Yeah, I mean, yeah, the landlord probably wouldn't allow most of the things in these videos to actually be installed, but then again, who gives a shit, right? Nobody in New York cares at this point. And also, someone made a really good one. If Johnny can barely pay for the room, how is he going to pay to make all these upgrades? I do love the idea that in New York, this isn't actually too uncommon. Maybe not like this fucking small, but there are so many small apartments that cost a fucking fortune for no reason. And it's like the landlords expect you to somehow fucking fit a couch in that. You see this couch right there that I have in my room, it was gifted by my mom's friend or client, whatever. That couch would not be able to fit in most New York apartments, which is sad because it can also double as a bed. No, fuck it. This entire room right now is just an office space in my house. But this is the size of any New York apartment, starting at about $4,000 a month. Maybe I'm over exaggerating a little bit, but at the same time, New York, terrible place to live. And it looks like all of these videos are taking place in New York. But yeah, that's it for interior designing. I hope you guys learned something new today. If you ever want to be an interior designer, go to school, go to college for it, make sure to watch these videos first. They'll give you everything you need to know. I'm sorry this video felt a little rushed. The last video I made actually got claimed into oblivion and it's blocked worldwide. And the only option I have now is just to wait till Universal to unblock it. I understand why it was blocked, but at the same time, it's still fair use, goddammit. So until then, I didn't want my channel to be a fucking barren wasteland, so I just made this video real quick. If you like the reactions, maybe I'll do more of them. I know this wasn't gaming related, but I guess some people do like non-gaming shit. Man, I really need to get that interior designer in here. That door, I actually don't use it at all, so there's no point in it. We can block it off by a kitchen shitter maybe. My bookshelf got a lot of shit there. I'm just gonna end the video abruptly at some